Why, hello, everybody. What are we doing tonight? The same thing we do every live stream, which is try to take over the world. That's right. This is Our Reviews Will Kill You, the Party Time podcast that brings you news, reviews, and all that other jazz. I am the man you may know as Z. The end of the world is nigh. I have taken over. I have banished Noob to the far reaches of the globe. But we're still kicking it. We're killing it. We got lots to go through today. Lots to go through. This will be a conspiracy-filled podcast. You have no idea. We're going to go places you never went to. Ron Cold's out there. Ron, we are going to discuss all of the crazy alien news. We're also going to review some things. So let me tell you what's going on in today's show, and maybe we'll all get there together. Forever. Anyway, we're going to talk about Jason Momoa starring in a Helldivers movie. That sounds kind of cool. Obama straight up says aliens are real. But he said it. Terminator 0 gets canceled. Canadians cheating. Them cheating Canadians. It's about time somebody did something about those Canadians. We're going to tariff those Canadians until they stop cheating. Tariff them. Mark Hamill's tariffing his fans. He's ripping them off. He's judging the outrageous sums of money. It's outrageous. Zendaya and Robert Pattinson movie production is Teddy bonkers. Logan Paul breaks a Pokémon world record. If you got the money, the Seahawks are looking to buy. They're looking for it. Hey, Noob, the best. Where's Noob? He should be on his own show, but he chose to go and get ripped off. That was his decision. New JFK footage reveals there's something on the grassy knoll that we have to talk about. I've done zero research, and I don't even know who JFK is, but I know there's a grassy knoll. In outrageousness, we have everybody's favorite actor, Shia LaBeouf, arrested again during Mardi Gras. What an absolute Chad. Olympic skater Alyssa Lui has a weird facial piercing we're going to talk about. Are you going to get the next one? I'm waiting for it. I'm here for it. Let's see your piercings. We're going to get in and out of some Uggo face girl's mummy. The Mummy. There was a new trailer for The Mummy. And we talked about it, but it looks real gross. I'm not a big fan. We're going to do reviews of Is It Cake Valentine? Is it cake? I'm going to tariff the cakes. We're going to review Predator Badlands because Noob said it was fine, and I don't know that I agree with that. And then we're going to go back to... What else are we going to do here? There's one more... Oh, that's right. I'm reviewing Song Sung Blue that starred Hugh Jackman and, I don't know, some other chick who are big. They look real terrible. So I don't know what's going on with those folks. But the Canadians, they might be going down. We'll have to wait and see what happens to those sneaky Canadians. But it's time to get into the show. Let's do it. It's time to kick it off. We need a little drinky poo. Get that drinky poo. I don't know if I'm the only podcast host that drinks live on air, but it's something you got to deal with. You know, got to feed the beast, and it's the only way to do it. Creating yourself an alcoholic one show at a time. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing, folks. So, where is Noob? I don't know where Noob is. I thought he was with you. So now I know. Now I guess I figured out that Noob's lying. Is that what's going on here? Last time I heard, Noob was with Noob's mom in some beautiful Peruvian island or something. But now I'm thinking that was all a lie, and he burst my bubble. Yes, absolutely. So this is a one-man show. We're going to rock and roll tonight. A tropical island. I'm sure it was very fruity, very tropical. But let's break into our first story. We're going to talk about Jason Momoa. Your favorite, I don't know what ethnicity is in mine. He's a guy. He's a guy, he's a dude. He's your boy. He's going to star in a Helldivers movie. I thought we already had this movie. It was called Starship Troopers. Why are we getting a Helldivers movie? Wouldn't that be copyright infringement? It doesn't seem like it's makes like a lot of sense there. Oh, look, it's Doc. Doc, you ain't going to be able to goop anything without my help. You're just going to keep losing all your gear. You need the master to come and save you. I will be... If you hang tight and you're loyal, then maybe you'll get rewarded with lots of goop. That's right, I am a professional arc raider. But so I've abandoned Helldivers. Even though Helldivers did have a big update, I have abandoned it for arc raiders. So Jason Momoa is going to star in a Justin Lin film. You may know Justin Lin from such things as Racing Cars and Family. I'm pretty sure he directed, that was the name of that movie that he did. Didn't he do that movie? Family and Cars. Fast and Furious, maybe? Is that a thing? I think that's a thing. So it's gonna hit theaters November 10th, 2027. Shocking. Helldivers 2 sold more than 12 million units. I think a lot of people would be into this. And I would garner a guess that most of its audience has never seen Starship Troopers. So maybe that's cool. We'll do it. They have to defend Super Earth from bugs and robots and Terminators and things like that. You may also know Justin Lin from such things as... No, that was James Wan. He didn't do that. James Wan and Justin Lin are not the same person. I don't know. But either way, I watch it. I don't know that it'll be good, but I will watch it. Justin Lin. What has he directed? Justin Lin. I cannot see or spell. He's a director, Taiwanese American filmmaker. He did Fast 5, Fast 6. He did the original Fast and Furious. Get out of town. He did Tokyo Drift. Maybe he didn't direct those. Maybe he did. He did Fine, Fast 9. What an absolute pro. Marathon. Am I going to try Marathon? I don't know. I did hear the Burnt Peanuts review of Marathon, which I thought was kind of interesting. He said he said it'd be nice to have some PvP where I don't die in 5 gunshots. So I think Marathon's PvP might be a little bit better than Arc Raider. So if I hear some good reviews, I think I'll try out Marathon. But I'm hooked on Arc Raiders. I'm about to reset my character because we're about to go on expedition. But Marathon, I have heard nothing bad so far. So stay tuned. There might be a review. Who knows? Depends on whether or not it tickles my fancy. And whether or not my Social Security comes through. That was a joke, folks. That's a joke. Anyway, let's talk about aliens, because I really did want to get into this. Now, Obama clarifies his views on aliens. There's a lot to unpack here. I'm not going to get to all of it because the Don weighed in on this. He said Obama did a very bad thing. Very bad thing when you mention the aliens. You don't mention the aliens. So Obama goes, they're real. It's an outrage. They're real. I've seen these aliens firsthand. I met with Xenor. He's the leader. He's a very, very nice gentleman. I would not drink their water. Here, I will play the clip. So we all have context. We can all share this together. Let's see here. Let's go. Hold on. They're real. I haven't seen them, but they are real. So, I don't know. Are they real? It could be real. I don't know. He claims he backtracked a little bit and said, there's no current evidence. There's just, he was trying to stick with the spirit of the speed round. It says it's gotten attention. Come on, bro. You were the ex-president of the United States, and you say aliens are real. You don't think people are gonna pay attention to that? It says statistically, the universe is so vast, the odds are good that there's life out there. But the distances between solar systems are so great that the chances we've been visited by aliens is low. I saw no evidence during my presidency that extraterrestrials have made contact with us. Really? I don't believe you. You're a liar. I don't believe you. So Trump, not to be outdone by Barack Obama. Alien files incoming. Trump orders government release of UFO records. Trump says there's a strong public interest in this topic. He doesn't know if the aliens are real. And he accuses Obama of releasing classified material. Should not have done that bad move, Obama. He's not going to do anything about it. But that is absolutely wild. They're going to declassify everything. What I think it's ultimately going to point out is there's stuff going on that we don't know what it is. And there's just no way to classify this stuff. We have no idea if they're probes. We don't know if they're intelligent life. For all we know, they could be just alternate life forms that exist in other dimensions. I just don't know that there's a good answer to this. He said he would order Pete Hegseth and other agencies to release the information, calling the matter extremely interesting and important. That is wild. There was a rumor that Trump was going to make a speech in the middle of June or July that he was just going to release that we've been visited by aliens. I don't know if they're friendly. I'm going to tariff them if they come too close. Going to tariff them. But who knows? Obama said they're real. I did, in fact, say aliens are real. So there you go. That's what it looks like. We're going to find out the truth. Ron Cold, we're getting the truth, whether or not we like it or not. It's coming. So who knows what the future holds, but it won't hold a Terminator future. There is no fate but what we make, and Terminator is not in our future because Terminator 0 got canceled, Season 2. It's pretty interesting because I reviewed this when it came out, and my impression was that I did not like it that much. It didn't suck. I just didn't like it. The Terminator franchise is a dead end. There's just no. They've done so much harm to it. It's kind of like Star Trek. It's on its last legs. It needs to be taken out behind the shed and put down. And then you get a shovel. You start digging that hole, and then you bury it in there. And then what you do is you unbury it, take it to Pet Cemetery, let it come back evil, then you reboot it, and maybe you'll have a good product after that. What's interesting about animation is typically a season 2 is in the bag no matter what because it costs a lot of money to set up the animation to begin with. So when you get, it's virtually you get 2 seasons for one. That's why Velma got 2 seasons. So for this not to get 2 seasons, literally nobody watched it. I did hear, maybe they'll address this in here. Mattson Tomlin, who was the creator, goes, it was canceled. The critical and audience reception to it was tremendous, but at the end of the day, not nearly enough people watched it. I would have loved to deliver the Future War 1. I had planned season 2 and 3, but I'm also very happy how it feels contained as is. Okay, that's cool. And he's like, I'm just moving on. The Netflix was really great, and they gave them a lot of freedom and let them do whatever they want. The show is expensive and very time-consuming, and the audience just didn't show up for it. Okay. There was a thing that I heard about where they offered him a few episodes to clean up. It would be like half of season 2. It would only be like half the amount of episodes, and he just did not feel like he was going to be able to get his arc to where he wanted it to be, and he felt really good about where it is, and it was clean and cool like there. Oh, look who's back. It's Noob. So Noob, where were you? Your mom dimed you out and said that you weren't actually on a tropical island, that you were somewhere else. So I got all that AI footage of you, huh? Is that what happened? Yeah, for those of you who are new to this, Noob is the occasional, when he feels like it, co-host of this show. Co-host is a stretch. More like escapee from Epstein Island, interviewee, or yes, he was on a gay sex island. That's where he was. It's all already in the books, whatever that means. It takes a lot of stones for you to talk about where you were, but you know what takes even more stones? Curling. I think they even called a stone the thing that they push across the ice. You know? I don't know. Curling seems like one of those competitions that if you were drunk on a Saturday night, that it would be a lot of fun. But competing at it professionally seems weird to me. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. But apparently the Canadians are a bunch of cheats. That's the rumor going around. I don't know how to explain this because I don't know how to play curling. I know it's like shuffleboard, but with big stones and little brushes. But apparently, there's two things that you can't do. One of them is touch this stone thing past what they call the hog line, which is just a line where you can't touch it anymore, kind of like bowling, kind of like any game. You can't cross the line. And the other thing is you cannot touch the stone itself with your fingers because your fingers, I guess, could alter the outcome of how the stone hits. And according to other YouTubers like Viva Vita, who I pay attention to what he says sometimes. He's a former Canadian litigator turned rumbler in Miami. He says, because he's a big curling guy, he says that they violated the rules. It's pretty clear they violated the rules, those damn Canadians. So not only did the male Canadian team violate it, who cares about Pokemon? We have a Pokemon story for you. So you stay tuned. There is a Pokemon story, I promise you. But the Canadian curler curses out Oscar Eriksson from the Swedish team because they were accused of cheating, and the Canadians won in a very close match. Well, apparently the females did the same thing. They all go to that same cheat school in Canada. You know, when they can't compete with the rest of the world because they're not like first world country. Canadians are like... They're like 1C level, you know? When one of your biggest heists involve the stealing of maple syrup, maybe you're just a bunch of cheats. Maybe that's what you are. So the guy says he's never cheated, even though it's super clear in the video, which I don't have and I'm not going to show you because I don't care enough, that the dude 100% touched the stone before, like, while it crossed the line, or after. He's like, his finger, they call Viva Vita was calling it the finger of God, where the finger was just pushing the stone, like one little, like nudging it forward as it left his hand. So you get on the ice and you kind of get this big stone thing and you slide it, and then you have people down there who will either push snow from the ice in front of it or push the snow away from it to make it go faster or slower. I don't know. It's a thing. So they both cheated. My newest favorite YouTuber is definitely a boy girl thing. That's my favorite one. You got to do both. You can't just do one. Why pick vanilla ice cream when you can have chocolate swirl, as Noob would say. So we move on from cheating Canadians to your favorite. I don't know if I would. What would I call him? Actor is not my first thought. Your favorite Luke Skywalker or Jake Skywalker, whichever Skywalker you want to call him, he's there for you. Mark Hamill may be a Jedi legend, but, and from what I understand, this bro's got money, although he may have lost one of his houses in that blaze in California. But he's charging $700 a photo. Wait, autograph. Yeah, what are those things that people sign? $700 for a single autograph at a recent fan expo. Bro, you went to the fan expo to meet the fans, and all you did was jack them up. You basically held them up with a lightsaber and said, "Give me all your money." My favorite artist is not Justin Bieber from Canada. Noob likes him because he doesn't wear pants, remember? Remember? Don't you remember that story? Yes. Castle, you already watched, Noob. You don't need to watch it again. It's unnecessary to watch. So, Mark Hamill is I remember when he lost his pants last year. That was kind of funny. He was hosting something and his pants fell down. And now it's $400 for an 8x10. $500 for a premium autograph, and a whopping $700 for what's listed as a bulky autograph, which is basically on action figures or any other large collectibles. Love Mark, but I gotta say I lost a little respect for him, one fan commented. I know he's not the only one, but people have to make a living. That's not a living! I can't make $700. I will squeegee people's cars. I will jump on the hood of your car, and I will squeegee it, and people won't even give me 5 cents. So how dare he charge $700 for his autograph? You know what I mean? It's insanity. You know, what's he need? 2 more houses? Is that what he's trying to do? Just jacking people over. This is why I mean, it's fine if it's one signature, I think you should just do it. But if somebody walks up with like 5 or 6 things they want to sign and they're like Funko Pops and things like that, yeah, you should charge. That's fine. But I don't think jacking the fans is the way to go. I would never pay for that. I'd squeegee his car, but I would not pay for that. No one is worth paying over $50. Bro, nobody's signature is worth anything. I'm telling you. It's $200 for Expo. Like, this is outrageous. $200 for Expo access and a reunion panel. Terrible. You're being abused by these Star Wars people. Stop letting them abuse you. It's ridiculous. His legacy is he's ripping people off left and right. What an actual scumbag. Obviously, this show is way less racist because the racist isn't on it. Isn't that how these things work? And that makes the show better. We contribute to society. Unlike Zendaya and Robert Pattinson. This could be the most hauntingly weird, goofy thing I've seen. But here's a perfect time for Noob to get racist because Zendaya and Robert Pattinson wear whiteface. I don't really understand what they're doing. They kind of look like weird dolls, or they have like that weird doll makeup that's all smeared on their faces, and they're cross-dressing. There's like a picture of Zendaya in whiteface and Robert Pattinson on like one knee wearing the same dress that she is, but his face is scribbled out. I just don't. I guess it's because no one cares about this film. It's called The Drama, their new film. And no one cares. So they went out and they're like, how about we cross-dress? How does that sound? Does that sound interesting to you? Does it? Like, what am I looking at here? Why would you make Zendaya look like this? That is not, it's not, why does she dress like a baby doll girl thing? Why? I am confused. She's like little curls and a baby doll dress on, but she has white face and red lipstick that's kind of smeared. Robert Pattinson was also wearing a baby doll wig and chick's clothes. I think he needs to take a shower. That's what I think. And here they are blending their faces together, which is I'm definitely not going to see this movie. Not specifically because of this promotion, but more specifically because it doesn't look like something I care about. I'm just not that interested. Like, what is the movie even about? Is it a horror movie? Is there going to be a killer doll in it? Is it a Chucky movie? Somebody please enlighten me, because I do not understand. It is confusing. So I'm going to say I'm out on this, but we'll see what other type of crazy promotion. What a bunch of wacky, crazy celebrities. Probably never went on any islands together. Probably not. Probably never ate any beef jerky. They're not big beef jerky fans. I'm just guessing here. I'm probably wrong. They probably do eat beef jerky. If you know, you know. If you don't, I will order you a cheese pizza to go. Oh my God. Anyway, I'm going to stop right now. Let's get it. We wanted a Pokemon story. They were clamoring for it. You guys wanted a Pokemon story. I'm going to give you a Pokemon story. And who's the only person on Earth that could ruin Pokemon for an entire generation? There's only one man. That man's name is Logan Paul. He can ruin anything. That guy, anything that guy puts his reputation on, it is absolutely redonkulous. Like this guy. And if you, he was trying to sell. Okay, you've heard of this, where you could buy like fractional shares of art so we could collectively own art together? Well, he was trying to sell this Pokemon card where we could all own fractional shares of it. So he would own 49% of it, and then we collectively would own a piece of it. Well, he didn't even get up to like $100,000 of a supposedly multi-million dollar card. It's called the, let me get this right, because I don't exactly, Pikachu Illustrator PSA Gem MT 10. And now some professionals have come out and said that this is not a level 10 card. In fact, at one point it was rated 9, but then kept getting rated over and over again so it could get a 10. I don't really care. I do think it's funny that he associated himself with that golden trading guy who just screams, allegedly, that I have a bungalow in Epstein Island. I mean, this dude, when you see him, he is screaming it from the rooftops, people. Rooftops, I'm telling you. Allegedly. Other people have said worse. So it sold for a record. It's the single most valuable card on Earth. And it's my homeless duty to report to you that I will be finding whoever owns this card. And I will be, maybe it will make a new living for me. It sold for $16,492,000. That is bonkers. It sold more than the single best trading card ever and the single biggest Pokemon collectible ever. The bidding started at $13.3 million. Logan Paul initially purchased it in Dubai for $5,275,000. $5,275,000, whatever, in 2021, setting the Guinness World Record for the most expensive Pokemon card ever sold at a private sale. And now they've just hyped it up. This is bananas. We shouldn't live in a world where a Pokemon card is worth more than like an entire city. It's out of control. Hey girl, love you. Hey girl, thank you for saying hi. It always brightens my day. I appreciate you. So the funny thing is, Logan Paul used to wear this when he would wrestle and when he would do everything. And he's like, well, this is the end of my legacy. He probably just needs more money because all he does is allegedly scam people and pyramid scheme them and Ponzi scheme them. But he used to wear it around his neck with this crazy this crazy whatever this is. It's like all diamonds with a diamond Pokeball and then the card itself. I don't know why it's worth so much. I couldn't tell you. I know what a Pikachu is, and that's the extent of my Pokemon knowledge. I know you have a Pokeball, and you got to catch them all. Why an Illustrator card is worth so much, I have no idea. The design, the necklace full of diamonds is only worth $75,000, which is ridiculous. The highest selling, here's just some more Pokemon collectibles. I do remember they were saying something like Pokemon cards have outgrown like the stock market. Like they've outperformed everything. It's out of control. Let me make the picture bigger because I feel like my face is blocking too much of this. Here, let's look at this thing again. Here's all the diamonds. Only $75,000 worth of diamonds. And then the Pokeball. And then you get the card itself. And he used to walk around with this around his neck. Like I don't even, I have very few words. But here's some other Pokemon things that have sold for high numbers. The highest selling Charizard card is a $19.99 Pokemon base first edition holo number 4 Charizard for $954,808. There's a 1996 sheet of uncut holo cards, 64 cards for $613,801. And then there's a Pokemon box. It's 36 sets of cards for $496,000. I'm pretty sure we did a video on how one of our former hosts had a whole bunch of Pokemon cards stolen from him. That would have made him insanely wealthy, but there's chains reward on some hairy chests, and they probably... You don't think Logan Paul waxes his chest? I don't know. I've never looked close enough. I just know that it's all disgusting, and I do not agree. I mean, I feel like if you had at least a couple more of those Pokemon cards, you could buy the Seahawks. How do you go from winning a Super Bowl to being for sale? Less than a month after winning the Super Bowl, I feel like this is more evidence as to why the NFL is rigged and why no one should pay attention to the NFL. Because they're like, how do we drum up the value of the Seahawks? Let's give them... We need to make these sales huge, just like they needed to make the Pokemon. See, I string this stuff together. We string these things together. There's a unifying theory to things. Just like Logan Paul sold this card to drive up the industry of collectible Pokemons, right? Or Pokemon cards or whatever it is. They did the same exact thing to the Seahawks. They all need their franchises to be worth more money, right? Let's make the NFL great again. And let's have the Seahawks win. Let's set it up right from the beginning so that when they go for sale, they're gonna be huge. Yeah. The owner just so happened to die. I mean, it could have been any of the owners because all those billionaires are old and ratty. So... how much is it going to go for? I have no... $4 billion? No, that was the Trailblazers. Trailblazers suck. So, $6.59 billion. Yes. So, they drove up the price. And if you've been to Seattle, you will know that it is a third world country. Because I have been there, and I was disappointed. I thought it'd be this cool, cushy little town, have some cool stuff going on. No, it was dirty, full of hobos like myself, and it had graffiti literally everywhere. I don't even know that I've seen so much graffiti in my entire life. And I prescribe to anyone who wants to learn anything, read a book called Broken Windows. And... it's a thing. You've been to Seattle. I thought it would be cute and cool and like this hip town. And the wealthy people don't have any graffiti, but everybody else has graffiti. Why are we saying happy birthday, Doc? I don't understand. Is it your birthday? Do I have to sing you happy birthday? Which I will not do. But I will sing the Beatles version. I can do that. Are we still in regular news? I don't even know at this point. But I know we're going to expand the conspiracy theories. I hope Ron is still... Did get too blazed so we can listen to this part. Blaze up, my friend, but don't blaze too hard. New video of John F. Kennedy's assassination could prove there was a second shooter, which I knew all along because I've always suspected it was Noob. He always tells me these crazy stories like, back in my day, when I used to hang out at freaking... I used to hang out like that JFK, that MFer, he was in bed with the Cubans. And yeah, Noob, I feel like was the second shooter on the knoll. Is it really your birthday? Genuinely, 100%. Because they say it's your birthday. See? There you go. That's what you get. That's the kind of quality you get here at Our Reviews Will Kill You. You get quality, not quantity. Exactly. She was tired of the racism and wanted a real podcast for once. She's like, I would like to have some fun, some light contextual enjoyment, a little parody, a little surrealism, but none of the racism. So Dallas, there are rumors too that there are several other videos that have been that are out there that have never been recovered because there are pictures of people filming the assassination of JFK. But a Dallas air conditioning repairman, Orville Knox, shot this remarkable footage on the fateful day at Dealey Plaza. The film captures a startling image of a shadowy figure lurking behind a fence on the knoll, the very spot where many witnesses reported hearing gunfire. Let me ask you guys something. Has anyone ever seen a knoll before? Like, what's a knoll? I mean, I know what a knoll is from the fantasy perspective of it's like a little troll type thing, but like a knoll in real life, I don't know that if I saw a knoll, I would know what a knoll was. If you said to me, let's go over to that grassy knoll, and there was a field, and on one part of it was a field, and the other part of it was a grassy knoll, I don't know that I could differentiate between which was which, if that makes any sense to you. But anyway, that being said, the famous Zapruder film, which we've mostly back and to the left, the guy aims directly at the grassy knoll but doesn't see anything. I guess he aimed it. I don't know if he was trying to catch the footage or he heard something at the grassy knoll. And then, as most of us know, this guy, Oswald, was killed. So Lee Harvey Oswald, nobody knows what his deal was. Was he a patsy? Nobody seems to know. There's a lot of proof that he was some sort of plant, like an industry plant, you know, and that he shot from the famous book depository. I have no idea what to make of this, but I've always suspected that it was a con job. I've learned to come. If you think it's a conspiracy, then it's always a conspiracy. I'm supposed to pay attention to him about showing nipples. Why would I show nipples when that would get us banned forever? His nipples are transgender nipples, so they are allowed to be shown on YouTube, but my nipples are not. So it will cause problems. Show your nips. Only if Noob pays for it, and even then, I will not do it for him. It was an OrQ job. Yeah, I told you Noob was responsible for it. It was an inside job, and Noob was in on it. He grumps about it all the time, because he was alive back in the 60s. That dude, what do they say? Germans never crack? Is that how that whole thing works? That German lineage of his never cracks, so he just looks younger than he actually is. When do we get into the outrageousness? Maybe, I don't know who's outrageous. I don't know which part is outrageous anymore. Oh, okay, we're about to get outrageous. We're about to get there. So, as if JFK and aliens was not enough conspiracy theory for you guys, We have the ultimate conspiracy. We're going to get outrageous. We're going to get there. Let's talk about your favorite Transformer actor and mine, Shia LaBeouf. This man, do you see this man? This man is disturbed. This is not a person. This is an alien. He is not a real human being. He is wearing a skin suit. This is the only way that any of this makes sense. Shia LaBeouf was torturing people during New Orleans Mardi Gras, right? Because Lent just started. Who knew? I do remember seeing a bunch of Congress people with those, like, crosses on their foreheads. What do you call those things? They burn stuff. Ashes. Ash Wednesday. Yes. Okay, so here's the question, conspiracy theorists. Not was Shia LaBeouf on Epstein's Island, and not did they fill his holes, but is he older than Justin Bieber? I feel like him and Justin Bieber are tortured souls, and I want to understand, these are young actors, not now, but back in the day. You have Shia LaBeouf, Britney Spears, the girl that's Noob Noob's girlfriend, whatever, it'll come to my mind. And who else? There's a bunch of them. There's infinite numbers of these poor kids. What is Hollywood doing to these kids that turns them into adult monsters? Right? This is a real problem that I think we're all starting to come to terms with now, but haven't quite put our finger on it. Shia LaBeouf is literally a human terrorist. He went out, apparently his wife, Mia Goth, which is crazy that anyone would ever know anything about Shia LaBeouf and marry him. That is insane to me. Why you would do that is beyond me. Who's the really pretty comedian girl who is Noob Noob's? I want to look her up as Noob Noob's girlfriend, and I cannot do that. It's she was in Nickelodeon and had her own show, Lodian starlet, who got real abused and is like Amanda Bynes. Oh my God, what is wrong with me? Like, that girl was caught walking around naked. I mean, Megan Fox isn't. Megan Fox, I don't think she was a child actor though, but Amanda Bynes certainly was. And her and Shia LaBeouf, child actor. They're all insane, and it's so sad. I actually have human empathy for these people because they're one step away from being homeless. Shia LaBeouf probably is homeless. No, he bought $1 million house in New Orleans after he divorced his wife or split from her. So I was gonna try to find the video of him getting beat in the face, but I can't seem to find it. It must have been stripped from the internet. At one point, he's on the ground and he's getting popped over and over in the face, and he goes, "I didn't hear the bell yet." It's like, dude, he was a guest bartender during Mardi Gras, which, don't get me wrong, sounds like fun, but you're Shia LaBeouf. That is probably a bad idea. Something diabolical is wrong. But I don't know why she's famous. I don't know. I have yet to ever see her in anything. Even in that Frankenstein movie, I didn't think she was that good. They just like her because she's weird. She's like the white girl version of Wednesday Addams, who is also trying her best to be one of the ugliest people on earth. I don't understand why Wednesday... there's another girl who I just think has gotten so much attention as a young actress, Jenna Ortega, that she's like I'm going to make myself as ugly as humanly possible, and everyone keeps applauding her for it. So she thinks that's the kind of attention that I need. I just don't understand. Oh, was that Jacob Elordi? Wow. Thank you, hey girl. That is great insight. So the recent star of that Frankenstein movie that starred, I reviewed it, and it was pretty okay. It starred somebody. Man, I need Noob for the on the spot recognizing who people are. But when I thought he played Frankenstein's monster, Jacob Elordi, and I thought he played a very, very sensitive. Oh, it was Oscar Isaac was the name I was thinking of, starring Oscar Isaac, and Jacob Elordi won a role as he's in Wuthering Heights now with Margot Robbie, which is a controversial film and take on film. Which, I mean, I'd probably watch it if it was free. I'm not going to pay money to go see Wuthering Heights. I've read the book, though, and I heard it's a far take from the book, but good for him. I thought he was very good. He was probably the best part. Oscar Isaac was okay. He was pretty good. Mia Goth was just weird, and I didn't particularly like her. She was just kind of stood out as bizarre and had no point. And then Jacob Elordi was really good. I thought he was excellent. So good for him. Good for that guy. Thank you, hey girl, for pointing that out for us. Hopefully he does not go the way of Shia LaBeouf, though, and get punched in the face and be a guest bartender during Mardi Gras. I've been to Mardi Gras, and I think, I was there during Mardi Gras. I've been to New Orleans during Mardi Gras. It is an experience that everyone should do once in their lives and then never again. And I will also tell you that if you know anything about the Pennsylvania Dutch or Amish, that you should don't wait in line for beignets. Just don't do it. It's not worth it, folks. As a consumer of beignets, and you're going to hear all the hype, there will literally be a 3-hour line to get beignets. You don't need to do it. We did not cover the news of Nancy Guthrie because we try to keep our news as not relevant to real scary things in the world, because I don't like the idea of 80-year-old grandmas getting kidnapped out of their own houses. I don't like those types of stories. It makes me feel sad. And we're trying to avoid it. We're no Megyn Kelly here. Megyn Kelly can cover that. We will cover Shia LaBeouf getting punched in the face. I'm better than what? Better than Noob? Yes, I know that. Thank you, Doc. I appreciate you. So, yeah, poor Shia LaBeouf. That's an outrage that he got punched in the face. How about this story? I'll spot you one story about a poor grandma getting kidnapped, and I will spot you a story for a girl who pierced her own face to give us this weird, I don't know what's going on here. She gave herself little devil piercings on her teeth. I don't know how old this girl is. I'm sure it's in the article. She's probably like 19 or something. How old? 20-year-old. I was real close. I mean, it's not a hard guess. But if you look, this weird girl with the skunk hair, and gay, God bless her for representing USA. USA. Thank you for representing our country. Thank you for winning gold or whatever you won. But yes, hey girl, this is so bad for your teeth, sweetheart. Oh my God, all I can think of is it's scraping the enamel off of her teeth. In 10 years, she's gonna grow. This poor girl. She's going to become famous. She's going to grow up just like Michael Phelps. Michael Phelps was getting blazed every day, drunk driving, doing stupid stuff. And then he had a handful of kids with his wife. And all of a sudden, he became responsible Michael Phelps. This poor girl is going to go, oh my God, what did I do to my teeth? So this girl has like this weird, they're almost like devil. It's like she took a weird nipple piercing and put it through her. There's a term for it. Phenibum. I'll find out. It's her smiley piercing, and it rides right up against her two front teeth. baby, just get grills. Like, were grills not good enough for you? At least grills could protect your teeth. But the amount of just speaking, it's going to wiggle, and it's going to create indentations in your teeth. And I don't know about you, but the most horrifying thing on earth is thinking about your teeth and something happening to them where you have to get major dental work because of it. And it's so bizarre because it's almost like she knew she was going to win medals, and she knew she was going to do the metal bitey thing like this, where she was going to bite into it. She's going, look how special I am. Look at my skunk hair. I'm such an outsider. Sweetheart, you spent the last 10 years of your life working every single day to win a gold medal. You stand out because you're a special athlete. You don't have to look special. I just don't understand why girls feel the need to uglify themselves. Like, yeah, she has nice teeth and she's ruining them with this abomination. I don't understand. The worst part of all of it, though, is that she pierced it herself. She did this herself 2 years ago. I had my sister hold my lip up my lip, and I was looking in the mirror, and I had my piercing needle. Who owns a piercing needle? I own drug needles for shooting up methamphetamines and heroin and fentanyl, and she's gonna waste it on a piercing needle. She ranked the pain 0 out of 10. She picked up the piercing as a hobby. I hope she's not a cutter too. I mean, she spent 2 years away from the sport. I don't know. Getting pierced at the shop was really expensive for no reason, so I thought I could learn it myself and be a little DIY girl. What? If you pierce yourself the wrong way, you're gonna give yourself AIDS. You crazy girl. She's crazy. I will tell you though, okay. I remember what it was like to be a young person. I remember. I may have pierced my own ears with needles, sewing needles specifically, just like Hey Girl, with an orange behind them just for a Halloween costume. So I understand being crazy, but 2 years? 2 years with these teeth things in? Are you insane? And she's a beautiful young girl. And she didn't need any of this. I think there'd be girls who would kill to get hair like this. Yet she skunkified it and put in like little weird piercings. She seems very sad, and I don't know anything about her. Oh my God. She couldn't afford $30. She's a millionaire at this point. A professional smiley piercing typically costs between $30 and $100 and heals within 4 to 12 weeks and can lead to enamel erosion, chipped or cracked teeth, and gum recession over time. Why would you want this? Why? I don't. Oh my God. This girl. I am outraged. I am outraged by this girl. So we can move on from this. I don't want to spend any more time on this girl. Because we're going to be outraged by another girl. A big uggo face girl. This girl will horrify your dreams. We're getting in or out. We're going to talk about Lynn. I don't know what this guy's name is. Lynn Cronin. I don't know. I know I pointed out what he did before, and it was nothing particularly exciting. I'll look up what he did before. But I do not want to see a little girl that looks like a weird mummy face girl. I'm just going to point that out. I am not. I do not want to go say. Do not want to see. I'm okay with robot little girls killing people. I'm okay with weird diminutive freaks who turn out to not be little girls killing people. But I am not okay with weird mummy face girls killing people. I just am not in it. I'm not in it to win it. I do not want this. I did not ask for this. This has nothing to do with the mummy. I don't understand what's going on here. I don't like it. I don't get it. I don't know why. Let me know if you're gonna see this. But Lee Cronin's The Mummy. I heard weird, bad things about this, but maybe it'll be cool. I don't know. It's weird. I hope it's good. I hope it's totally freaky, and I would watch it. Kind of like those two YouTube guys, like Give Her Back and those guys. They make some banger movies. I hope this is a banger movie. It comes out April 16th. And yeah, I don't know what else this guy has done. We can look him up, Lee Cronin. But I do not want my freaky little. I don't want anybody to be a freaky mummy. I mean, Imhotep was cool in the original Mummy. I don't know. This is just disturbing. She's like a normal girl. I think the plot synopsis is that these explorer type family journalist people lose one of their kids, and she disappears, and then she turns up several years later, but alive and looking like a mummified person, and there was 56 other kids taken, and we don't know how many are still alive, but maybe they're all mummies, maybe they're not. Who knows? I don't know why you'd make a little kid a mummy, but there's mummies. And what the hell is this guy's name again? Lee Cronin? Lee Cronin, not Cronenberg. Not Cronenberg. Lee Cronin. Oh, that's right. He's the Irish guy. Oh, that's right. He's Irish. He directed the whole. I saw some movies that he did before, right? I really appreciate The Hole in the Ground. The Hole in the Ground is very good. I like the Evil Dead Rises was pretty good too. I like that. Lee Cronin's The Mummy. I don't know why all of his movies are about little children turning into demons. I don't understand that. It doesn't make much sense to me, but you never know. So he did The Hole in the Ground. He did Evil Dead Rises, which was all right. And Lee Cronin. He seems to have a thing for creepy dead children, though. That is, yes, the premise is ridiculous. It is, but I mean, it's a horror movie, so you kind of have to suspend a little bit of disbelief and just go, sure, somebody mummified. Somebody took, you know how they mummify people? They take those like hooks and like they swirl your brain around and pull it out. Oh, you want me to say periwinkle blue? Me ma. Me ma, she was periwinkle blue. She was, I forget, what does he say to her? Oh, yeah. Do you like digs? Do you like digs? Yes, I'm part gypsy, so I can talk like that. Don't yell at me, please. I can speak like a gypsy whenever I would, because I'm from the clan. You don't go messing around with us, me man. She wants a car parker. She wants a parker car. She wants a color. She wants a color. She wants a color. It's called periwinkle blue. Do you like dogs? You keep the dogs away from us. I don't want to have other dogs. I love dogs, but those dogs are not good dogs. So yes. So anyway, yes, that's a thing that we do here. We do impressions. Don't make me do Pervy Poo. I'll do him too. But no, I genuinely am part gypsy, so I'm kind of in, but kind of out. And that's a Fight Club reference. Mr. M knows that. He knows. Mr. M is an expert. I am waiting to do a podcast with Mr. M. I will be ready. Is that not a good impression? I think I do a pretty good job of doing that because it's from the heart. My family never really spoke like that, I'm gonna say. Doc, you son of a bitch. I told you my family died in the Holocaust. I didn't tell you which side of the family did. Just letting you know. So let's get to the reviews. Let's just get to the reviews. What are we reviewing first? We'll do it's Is It Cake? Because I have a soft spot in my heart. And I think it's a beautiful, this is a beautiful thing to me. Is that you can have a show that becomes long running where the hosts can kind of keep coming, like Family. What happened to Family Feud and Jeopardy and all those things? There's always needs to be a place for some sort of game show where people enjoy it and they have a really solid host. And it's just fun. And what's funny about it is a cake is it's really kind of become it's not a kid's show, but kids very much enjoy the show and they recognize that their audience is kids. It's very wholesome. So they had a Valentine's Day is a cake, and they added a new component to the show, which I very much enjoyed. They did it where the audience could participate. So they would put up something on the screen and they'd be like, which one's cake, audience? And then you get to pick. And I thought that was really cool. It's a cool component. And Mikey Day, who's from Saturday Night Live, who I actually think is pretty talented. Of all the people, Saturday Night Live sucks. And nobody from that show should be doing anything. But Mikey Day, I like him. I think he's a genuinely interesting cat. I think he does a good job. He's funny. He's charming. He's also the only host that I know that gets to carry around a butcher's knife. I just think there's something funny about the idea that the host of a game show walks around with a butcher's knife so that he can cut open these hyper-realistic cakes. So anytime Is It Cake shows up, I recommend it. You know what I mean? Mr. M said, he's mad at me. I did not do, it's time for the reviews. I'm sorry. I will have to do Pervy Poo in exchange. No. As penance. No, I'm not going to. I have to save it for something special because I haven't done it in a couple of years. Yeah, at least maybe a year. It's been a while since I brought up Pervy Poo. Today, I did Trump. I did Obama. I did a gypsy. I feel like I did some other characters, but it is what it is. So I definitely recommend Is It Cake Valentines. It was a lot of fun. It was only one episode, which is weird that it was only one episode, but hey, whatever fits into Mikey Day's schedule, I am willing to join. There's no ratings. There's nobody reviews it. I'm the only one. But I'm telling you, it gets big ratings. It's a fun little show. Oh, here's the one fun fact, though. I will put this out. Ashley Simpson showed up as a guest judge in this, right? And I remember when Ashley Simpson got caught on Saturday Night Live lip singing, and then she did a little jig and danced off stage. So what's really funny about that to me is Mikey Day is from Saturday Night Live, and they brought her back. And if you remember anything about Ashley Simpson, she was Jessica Simpson's little sister. And Jessica Simpson she played Daisy Duke in the Dukes of Hazzard movie. She's like your typical blonde bombshell, right? And then here you have the wholesome, cute, like girl next door younger sister, very cute girl who had a very distinct face, and she had like her nose was a little bit bigger, and she was a singer. She was kind of like Avril Lavigne, but not as polished. But she was distinct and cute, and had I thought her face was very nice. And then she went and got a freaking face job, like a nose job, and got her whole face changed. So I see her she's a judge on Is It Cake, and I go, who the hell is that? She don't look like anybody famous. And then they go, that's Ashley Simpson. And I go, oh my God, nobody recognizes her anymore because she got her face completely resculpted. So she doesn't even look like Ashley Simpson anymore. And she removed the distinct personality from her face. So my advice to all of you, God gave you even Noob gave you the face you have, and it makes you distinct and beautiful. Don't change your face. Don't ever get a face job. Don't get anything. Don't get any work done, because you are you, and you just take the lesson from Ashley Simpson. Regardless of whether or not her career was going down because of lip singing, people still recognized her, and she was still famous and still would have had some type of career. But because she got her face altered, nobody even knows what she looks like. And everybody's morphing into gray aliens as far as I'm concerned. They're getting their faces stretched out and jowls and blah, blah, blah. It's terrible. You are, except for Noob, beautiful as you are, Noob needs to get all the work done. He needs Botox. I mean, his face is literally falling apart. But people should just don't get your face done. Human eyes are designed to recognize patterns in faces. And when you alter that Fibonacci sequence, you are creating something that is very visible to humans where they can detect that, oh, you've had work done. You can't get away from it. Don't do it. Don't do it, folks. You are you. You are beautiful in every single way. Even though I'm Christina Aguilera and I had work done and I take Wegovy, you're still beautiful. So that's my advice to you. From one homeless man to another, you are beautiful. And just don't alter your face, please. Keep your face the way it is. I like your face. Keep it where it is. All right. Let's explore Predator Badlands. I don't want to spend a ton of... I mean, I would have normally spent more time on this because I am a big Predator fan. And maybe I'm the only doubting Thomas here. I feel bad because Noob was like, it's a pretty good movie. 8 out of 10. This was a clown show of a movie. And I feel like the disconnect is Predator came out like, I don't know, 30 something years ago, 40 years ago. I don't know how many years ago. I feel like it came out in 87. And that would be more years than I can count how long ago the original Predator came out. So the modern audience is either... The modern audience saw Prey, and people who weren't familiar with Predators were like, oh, this is pretty cool. I get this. I like the alien design. It's cool. And the original fans were like, this is crap. I'm never watching Predator again. So none of the original fans watched because it lost money. As much as people wanted to tout it as being a big hit, it was not a big hit. It did not make money. It was not successful. It barely broke even. And it was annoying. It was the Baby Yoda show. It was literally The Mandalorian. So The Mandalorian barely talks, but instead of him not talking that much, you have the Predator who speaks in Predator language, never speaks in English. And then you have an annoying robot girl who translates everything for everybody. And then you have Baby Yoda. It's literally the Mandalorian Baby Yoda show, and it was super dumb and super annoying. If I'm looking at it straight from I don't know anything about the Predator, I could understand why people were like, oh, this is kind of a cool, like, movie with the, I totally get it. The Predator's a cool looking creature, and it's all right. But it's kind of, it spits in the face. It doesn't spit in the face of Predator lore, but it's just stupid. So 95% is, I thought it was like a C+. 86% for critics. And a spoiler is he fights his dad at one point, and then like, it's time for him to fight his mom. I'm like, wow. This is more lore than I ever cared to learn. I don't care that Predators have moms and or dads. I also find it odd that an extraordinarily advanced hunting civilization that has laser cannons on their shoulders live in huts. It's just that whole, the noble savage thing. You know what Indians did when they got guns from Western settlers and colonists? They used them, and they didn't always live in damn teepees. They created other things because they started copying what civilization looks like. So for them to live in huts seems real strange to me. In fact, the very first scene, he's flying a spaceship and then parks his spaceship so that he can climb up a giant cliff that he could have just flown up instead of climbing it. So that's how I started that movie. I did not enjoy it. It was boring. And I found I kind of like Dakota Fanning, or Elle Fanning. It was Elle Fanning, not Dakota Fanning. I reviewed a different Dakota Fanning movie. Elle Fanning was fine, but annoying. And it's not her fault. She was written that way, programmed that way, because she's a robot. So whatever you want to take out of that, but I found Noob Noob's review of it to be lacking. Let's talk about Song Sung Blue. because there's a weird Red Letter Media connection to this because it's a Wisconsin movie. Okay, this is weird. It's interesting to me because I can get behind this. This is, I get is it a vanity project from Hugh Jackman and Kate Hudson? Maybe. The two of them came across the story, and I think they really cared about it. It's based on a documentary, and there's a couple of things that are fictionalized, but not much of it. It's based on a true story. Two down on their luck musicians, Hugh Jackman and Kate Hudson, form a joyous Neil Diamond tribute band, proving it's never too late to find love and follow your dreams. Hugh Jackman's an alcoholic. He's a impersonator. He does a bunch of impersonations, but he likes to go by his own identity, which is Thunder. Or is his name Lightning? No, his name is Lightning. And he goes and eventually decides to come up with this Neil Diamond experience. And the height of their career, they're very popular. They were they were like a cult classic, like cult band in Wisconsin because people were very big fans of theirs. And they opened for Pearl Jam at one point, and Eddie Vedder sang with them on stage. So the critics have it at 77%. The audience has it at 97% with 2,500 verified reviews. Okay. I know the movie didn't do well, but I think it will do well on streaming. I think people will enjoy this. And it reminds me of the Iron Eagle movie that Zac Efron did. If you are a glutton for punishment and you want to see, it's not a feel-good story. It is a musical. And I don't know any Neil Diamond songs other than Bang, 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 da-na-na-na. The one they sing at the Boston games for whatever reason. Sweet Caroline. Sweet Caroline. Bum, bum, bum. Yeah, that song. Yeah, that's a thing. They sing a lot in this. They do sing a lot in this. Hugh Jackman does the thing he sings everything. It's sure. I would 100% bet you, because I did no research on this movie other than I saw Red Letter Media talk about it, and they didn't even see the movie because they were too mad that they didn't get an invite to the special screener, even though it's a Wisconsin movie, and they're, the most famous people in Wisconsin is Red Letter Media from YouTube. Shut up, you old bastards. Critic consensus: bringing a sweet amount of dignity to the art of imitation, Song Sung Blue mostly avoids becoming a mere cover of the documentary on which it's based, thanks to Hugh Jackman and Kate Hudson's heartfelt performance. Hugh Jackman and Kate Hudson are gunning for Oscars for this. To me, this was an Oscar bait movie. This is the Smashing Machine. This is them saying, we want Oscars. Give it to us. With pitch-perfect performances, Song Sung Blue hits every emotional chord, delivering a wholesome, family-friendly film and a fitting tribute to one of the most beloved singer-songwriters in modern music history. I would say yes. Kate Hudson, who's normally prides herself on being like a fit chick who's always in shape, and she shows her shapewear, her whatever, gets all fatty boomalatty in this. She puts on a good 30 pounds, and Hugh Jackman looks like he aged 20 extra years. I don't know how old Hugh Jackman is. I guess he's close to 60. He looks like a 65-year-old working man. These guys put in absolutely killer performances, and they won Oscars for it, and I think they did a darn good job. But if you're looking for an uplifting movie, do not watch this. This is a tragedy. This is not an uplifting movie. If you like Neil Diamond, you probably will like it. I am not familiar with Neil Diamond, so I couldn't name you more than that one song that I just sang, and I only know that song because of the some Boston Red Sox play it during the 7th inning stretch or something. I don't even know. And I know Neil Diamond is famous. I understand who that is. I just don't know why he's famous, other than from singing, which is probably good enough for everybody. But it's just wild that Kate Hudson looks. Here's what they do. Hugh Jackman's 57. Thank you, Doc. He looks like 65 in this. This is what really good actors do, is even though they're beautiful, attractive actors, they find ways to find the normalness in them. They act and look like regular people who come into extraordinary circumstances. In fact, the guy who was the actual Lightning might even be a little bit better looking than Hugh Jackman in this movie, which is, I think, intentional. Because Kate Hudson, while she puts on some LBs, she ain't putting enough LBs on to be the girl from this actual true story. But it's a really, really, really nice story, but it's very tragic. It's very sad. So though I thought it was going to be like, hey, uplifting, they're going to cover some songs, it's going to be fun, it's going to be joyous. And it is none of those things. The kid who plays Eddie Vedder, not very good, but that's okay. There's a ton of extra celebrities in this who are all great. The supporting cast, fantastic. There's a girl in this. She plays, there's a daughter. It's not King Princess. There's a girl named King Princess. Who the hell is this? This is the only thing she's ever acted in, and I don't know who she is or what Nepo baby she is, but her name's King Princess. She's not the good actor. The girl who's clearly the standout star is Ella Anderson. And you may know her from such things as, I don't know any of these things, but I would tell you this girl will potentially be a star in the future. The camera knew she was a star. She was good. So keep an eye out for her. There was some mobster guys in this. There was a lot of really good actors. I really like the supporting cast. You know who's in it? Belushi. Michael Imperioli was in this. He was great. Fisher Stevens was in this. He was great. Jim Belushi, who I normally think sucks, was great. And Mustafa Shakir, also great. He was fantastic. Great actor. All of them. They all did a great job. Great supporting cast. There's kids in this. Again, if you want something that's going to really ruin your night, watch. Like, you're gonna be sad. Watch this. But otherwise, I recommend it. I thought it was excellent. Give these people Oscars. Hugh Jackman, stellar. And Kate Hudson, God bless her for putting on 30 pounds. Great. With her Wisconsin accent, I don't know it that well, but I believe it. So great job all around. I liked it. That's all I have to say. Besides, what happened to Doo-Doo? Where's Nasty Mandy? Where's the Dutchman? Infinity NL? You bastards. Anyway, I love all y'all. This was a great time. You know you had a good time. We had a good time. Let me know in the comments below how you feel about the aliens with Obama. Are they real? How do you feel about JFK? Whatever questions you have, we'll answer them. We love all y'all. Thanks for supporting the channel. We keep trucking as you guys keep hanging out there and listening. Love you, hey girl. Love all y'all. Love you too, Doc. Mr. M, one day we'll partner together. We'll have so many jokes. But in the meantime, I am on to the next one.
Thanks for catching the video. Be sure to join our channel to get the education you deserve. Make sure you check out our shorts, live streams, and catch us on all the socials. Don't forget to like and subscribe.